Since Screencastify is already installed, click on the icon on the top right-hand side. When you click on that icon, it will give you a drop-down menu. You have some options here. So you have the option to record a browser tab. That is one browser tab. So if you go into another browser tab, you'll have an image that you're talking about, but you'll be recording on another image in the background. I don't usually use this. I usually use desktop because I like to toggle in between tabs, and that alleviates the problem if I'm talking about the daily check-in template versus, say, the Screencastify template, and it will cause less confusion. So I don't have to worry about it screen recording in the background. This will do the entire desktop. The webcam only is your face, so it's your entire face on the screen. This is a great way to maybe introduce yourself to your students. Maybe this is a way that you're just doing a social emotional check-in, something along those lines. Be sure you have your microphone toggled on. I actually just did this screencast and forgot to turn the microphone on. So be sure you turn the microphone on. So this is a take 2. You don't have to select it. It's already selected for you. It'll be a default internal mic. Embedding the webcam, that's up to you. What it does is it creates a video of you in the corner. Now, students like to see their teachers. Show more options. So you have a countdown option here. You can do 3 seconds, 5 seconds, or 10 seconds. Show drawing tools. I'll show you that once we start the recording. These are great. It helps you with the cursor. It shows you a different way to draw on your videos. If you look up here, this is a way to access your recordings, but you can also record them, or you can also access them right in Google Drive. This is any notifications that Screencastify might send you. Notice we have Record Unlimited, so this gives us different features than the Screencastify Lite. You can record a video as long as you want. I strongly suggest you keep it 3 to 6 minutes. And let's get started. So we're going to hit record, and it pops open a screen. You have the choice between entire screen and application window. As you can see, application window looks a little bit different than your entire screen. The entire screen has a little more content here. So I always choose the entire screen so I'm not recording in the background by accident. And when you click on it, you'll see a blue box will appear and it will enable you to share. Click on share. This is your countdown and your screen recording. So you can explain to your students how to use your daily check-in template. Click here to get up and move. Here's my screen recorded morning meeting with my little picture in the corner. This is just a very interactive daily template that you can explain to them with your screencast. If you look down at the bottom here, this is your drawing tools. So when you click on the little pointer, it gives you some options for your mouse. You can do a focus mouse. So if you're teaching students how to use a particular technology, this is a great tool because it teaches them to look in that specific area. Okay, so I have to go back and turn that off. So if you notice, when it's on, the color of the option is light gray. When it's off, it's a dark gray. Hide cursor when not moved. If you have students that are easily distracted, maybe you want to hide the cursor when you're talking. So if I'm not moving the cursor, you can't see it. If I'm moving the cursor, it pops back up. I'm going to turn that off. And this last one, the highlighter clicks. So this is another tool that can help you teach students how to interact with things. If you click, it gives you a red outline. So it kind of just draws their eye to that particular situation. I'm going to go back and turn that off. Now next to the pointer feature and the mouse feature is the pen option. The pen option comes with different colors, which can be used for so many different things. And it's very easy to use. You just click and drag your finger and you can do a circle. Maybe you want to say, don't forget to do this particular assignment. I want you to trace your letters. And they can even use Screencastify to trace their letters. Okay. You can change the color. So maybe you say, I want you to trace the letters in green. And I want you to count the happy faces in purple. And then you could do 1, 2, 3. And, that could just be following directions, fine motor skills, counting, and so on. Just some different ideas for the colors. You could also have them maybe underline the nouns in green, the verbs in blue, the adjectives in pink. So there are different ways that you can put these drawing tools in the student's hand to help them and visualize their thinking. So I'm all set here. I really like what I did on my screencast. I'm going to go back up to this screencast icon. When you click on the icon, you have some options. You can throw it out if you already know that this was a flop. I want to do a take 2. I'm going to trash it. If I want to restart, same type of idea. If I didn't like it, I can restart it. There's not really too much of a difference between here, but when you have the light, you can throw it out immediately here, and you don't have to worry about it because you only get 5 screen recordings. We have infinite screen recordings, so you can either throw it out here or you can throw it out later if you decide you don't like it. If the dog barks in the beginning of your recording, you can restart. You can pause it if you need to get your thoughts together and then continue with your video, or you can stop it. Now, when you stop it, it automatically opens for you, so there's no searching for it, nothing. If you're concerned that you don't have audio, make sure you look here first, because you have to click to unmute it. It doesn't automatically play your audio. If you look up here, there's the title. Renaming the title something very purposeful is very important. So I'm going to rename it, and I just click to rename it. You don't have to do anything else but click. So I'm going to name this Daily Check-In, and I'm going to do August 25th, 2020. I'm even going to go that far. So I know that it's the beginning of the school year. Maybe next year, if I want to do the same thing or do some version of it, I can look at this one, I can access this one, and I can move on from there. Now, when you click out of there, it will rename it, but it will also play this, so just be aware. In this window, you can edit the ends. So if the dog barked in the beginning, you can take that out. If you took a minute to start, you can click that out. If the dog barks in the end, you can trim the end, and it will automatically play for you. If you're not sure where you want to trim it, you can just click. Let's start our. If you notice, that kind of moves over. So as you play it, you can decide where you want to move it. So you can just play around with that a little bit, and you can play in between to see where you need to trim in the beginning and the end. Okay. You would click Save Trim, and it will just take a second to save it for you. I'm going to cancel. You have some options over here. So you have a shareable link over here. You can copy this shareable link and share it on Google Classroom, or you can share it directly to Google Classroom from this window. When you click Share to Google Classroom, it enables the link sharing for you, so you don't have to worry about it. You can choose your class. You can choose the action that you want to take, and you can go right from there, just like you would be adding an assignment to Google Classroom. You can upload it to Edpuzzle. Uploading to Edpuzzle is great because then you can add interactive components to it. You can publish it to YouTube. We'll talk about that at a later date. You can get an embed code. That's only if you're writing HTML. You can send it in an email, or you can generate a QR code. Okay. To add Edpuzzle, you're going to have to click here to add Edpuzzle, and I'll show you that at the end. To download. So if you want to download, you have to download as an MP4. Okay, you want to export it as an MP4. The reason is the file extension that Screencastify uses is not compatible with all editing software. So if you're looking to edit your video, you want to export it as an MP4 because that is a universal format. If you export the audio only, so if you decide you want to just add an audio clip into Google Slides, this is a great way to do it. It will download, and you'll have to upload it back into Google Drive, and we'll talk about that later. If you want to export it as an animated GIF, you're going to have to change the size of it before you can export it, and we can also talk about that later. So that was just a brief overview of the download options. Now you have a basic understanding of Screencastify. It's very, very easy to use. It saves right to your Google Drive. You can share it right to Google Classroom. You can use it in so many different ways, and I hope you like it.